some recent sci-fi slash fantasy news that I'm super excited about. First, there has been a logo leak for Dune. I don't know why logo leak sounded like a weird combination of words to me. Anyways, there's been a logo leak for the Dune movie coming out this year, which then got taken down a bunch. I don't think it looks as bad as people are criticizing. Also, I think there is supposed to be a little thing on the E to make it look like an E, but I like the minimalist look, and hopefully I have it up in the screen, but I have the minimalist look they went for and not the exact logo that was leaked because I don't want them to get angry at me. But I don't know. I think it looks really cool. I like it. And even if they don't add the little slash or the little sun or whatever they want to add to it, I think it looks cool. Also, people who have seen Dune so far, the movie, are saying that it's amazing. It's getting praised to shit. So it has me even more excited. And if you don't know the entire cast they have for the Dune movie coming out this year, it's so good. In Witcher news, which I'm going to have a separate video going over the entirety of the news, but I want to share the little snippets that I think are most important just for a general sci-fi fantasy news video. Lauren did quite a few interviews, and here's some interesting things she said. And Lauren Rick is the showrunner for Netflix's The Witcher, sorry. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. So she was asked what fantasy elements you can expect for season 2, and this is her response. Oh, that's a good question. Without spoilers, I will say there's a crop of new monsters, a new cost to magic, and new and unexpected pairings of our favorite characters. I'm still really hoping we get to see Nivellen in season 2. We were supposed to see him in season 1, which he is a magical monster, but there's a whole story behind him. I actually have a video on him if you want to check that out, but I'm actually really excited for Nivellen, and there are some casting rumors for him, which delight me so much. Lauren also talked about how the Nilfgaardian armor is going to be totally different, and they're going to correct that in season 2 because there was so much hate for it. As for the production for season 2, Lauren said pre-production is well underway, and she talked a little bit what to expect for the filming of season 2. So this is what she said. I am in London right now. This is where we're shooting season 2 of The Witcher. So I've been here for 2.5 weeks on the ground. We're in pre-production now, so we're crazy busy. But it's very exciting to be kicking off again. We are shooting season 2 for about 125 days. However, that breaks down. So we go for about 5.5 months, depending, give or take. Season 1 was much longer. It took much longer for us to do, but we feel for season 2 that we've got things a little more under control. And Lauren's been very open about how season 1 was a learning experience for her and a lot of people, despite her having previous experience, so she has a more well-oiled machine for season 2, so it's going to go along a lot smoother. By the way, a bunch of actors that are in season 2 have been showing themselves prepping, and try not to drool over them. Lastly, on the Witcher news, so we know that we were getting an animated little series to go in between season 1 and season 2 of Netflix's The Witcher, and we got a little bit more information on it. So Netflix has announced Nightmare of the Wolf, which is going to be an animated film that will release before season 2. And this is actually going to be all about Vesemir, which was Geralt's mentor. And here's the official description. Long before mentoring Geralt, Vesemir begins his own journey as a Witcher after the mysterious Dagon claims him through the Law of Surprise. It's being rumored that Theo James is actually voicing Vesemir for the animated series, and I'm super excited. I really like him. I know he's kind of a hit or miss for people, but I think it's a good choice. He's already done the voice acting, so we already know what to expect in this animated series for his Vesemir. Okay, let's go to some Game of Thrones news. While we don't have a lot of Game of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire news, George is working hard on The Winds of Winter. He's talked a little bit about us not knowing the ending, which I did a video on, and Fire and Blood, House of the Dragon. No idea when that's going to come out, but they did do some interviews with some of the main show's actors, including Sophie Turner, and she had this to say about the final season. The day that I really appreciated everything was the very last day on set, and it was the saddest day as well. I walked onto the set of Winterfell in my costume for the last time, and I was looking around and I just welled up. I was like, this is amazing how empowered I feel to be on this set. That was the day I really appreciated it. But it was also the day that I broke down and didn't get out of bed for the next 3 days. Everyone cried, and everyone cried when other people rapped as well. The whole season, everyone was just blubbing. Sophie also talked about a spin-off show with Sansa Stark in the future and what it would take to get her to do a spin-off show, and she basically said, it wouldn't be the same. I would only want to do it with the same kind of atmosphere, but if they offered me a shit ton of money, sure. So here's what she said on that. I would give anything to go back to what we had, but it wouldn't be the same. It would be different people running it. I don't want to be a part of it. Unless they give me the big bucks, I'm not doing it. Lastly, on Game of Thrones news, David Bradley talked about the Red Wedding and filming that, and yikes. So David played Walder Frey, and here's what he had to say on the Red Wedding. When the Red Wedding landed in my letterbox, I thought, oh, this is going to be a little different. Even when we filmed it, I thought this is going to stir up a few feelings, because I'm getting rid of a lot of favorite characters, but nothing prepared me for the reaction after it came out. He also talked about how he had to do his speech 70 times, which I'm hoping he exaggerated because that's really intense. So here's what he said on his speech for the Red Wedding. All I had to do was remember a 4-page speech, which I had to do 70 times in one day, introducing everyone and welcoming everyone with bread and salt. After that, I just had to sit back and drink fake wine while they got on with the business of massacring all those people. I just had to sit there and enjoy it. For Walder Frey, it would be like watching a floor show. He just enjoyed it. I love that David understands Walder Frey so well, and he's like, yeah, I enjoyed it just like my character would enjoy just watching all these people just die. So I lied. I want to say one more thing about Game of Thrones, specifically A Song of Ice and Fire. I saw quite a few articles going around, so I have a notification system that Google sends me emails when there's mentions of things like Dune, The Witcher, A Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones, and so on. And I got a bunch of pings with different news sites saying that George is changing the ending of A Song of Ice and Fire, and they use that kind of as their headline. If you click on those articles, they're basically just guessing why George is taking so long is because he saw the backlash of what happened with the final season and he's changing the ending so fans don't get so angry at him. They have absolutely no substance or insider info to make those claims, and if you read those articles, you'll see that they're just pulling it out of their ass. So if you see anything saying George is changing the ending of A Song of Ice and Fire to make fans more happy, as of right now, that's total bullshit. Okay, let's go on next. We got a teaser and a longer look at A Quiet Place Part 2, and it looks so good. We even see a bit of the beginning of the invasion and then what is left of the family trying to find others in Part 2, which from the teaser we see that they actually do. And apparently we're being told that they're going to explore day 1 of the invasion, and a lot of our questions are going to be answered. Next, AMC is giving us a tease of the return of The Walking Dead, and the posters were pretty generic, but I still liked them. The teaser was also kinda but I enjoy anything I can get. So all the posters say we are The Walking Dead, and it looks like it's done with spray paint, and it features Daryl, Carol looking like a bamf, and Michonne. Also, there's one with Alpha crying, which makes me wonder why she's crying. Is she losing control of the Whisperers? Is she losing her daughter for realsies? And also with Michonne's actress leaving this season, I just feel like the last episodes of this season are going to break my heart. Michonne does look pretty terrified in the poster. Also, Daryl dual-wielding is still so awesome. The teaser clip was just Daryl talking about fighting for their future, not for revenge, and a lot of action shots. I love that they're like, yeah, the cliffhanger for the mid-season was nothing. Don't worry about it. Seriously, they dramaed it up with the ending for the mid-season finale, and then they show this teaser where it's like, oh, okay, none of them are in danger. I mean, we knew they weren't really in danger, but AMC, come on. If you're interested, we also got a teaser look at some of the Marvel Disney Plus live action television shows that are coming out for the next couple years. It looks pretty cool. I'm most excited about WandaVision. The sitcom feel, I think, is really cool. So you can check that out if you want. I feel like there's not a lot to break down about it. I guess I could make a video on it, but I don't think I will. Probably. Also, Owen Wilson apparently is playing a big role in the Loki live-action TV series. I like Owen Wilson, okay? I like him. I know a lot of people make fun of him and is, wow, but I like him. On Doctor Who news, if you're looking for Jack to be back, apparently it never got past the "Wouldn't that be cool" stage. The actor, who I absolutely love, commented on it saying, yeah, calm down. Interestingly, the current showrunner for Doctor Who, Chris, said that while Jack will not be back this season, in the future he could come back, and they're totally open for it. So there you go, there's some sci-fi fantasy news. Also, there might be a leaked photo for Wheel of Time that I may have somewhere up on this screen, and I'm not going to talk a lot about because I don't want to get people in trouble. So, like, subscribe, and come back for more sci-fi/fantasy videos. And sometimes horror sci-fi/fantasy videos, but I really have to work up myself to do those because I'm easily scared. Not a joke.